YouTube, what's going on, man? Today we've got our Dark Matter guide. I've done this in the past for other Call of Duties with Mastery Camo. There's no difference here. I managed to get this thing pretty quick in under 2 days of actual in-game time. Overall, it's not that difficult. There's a few challenges in there that might give you a little bit more trouble than the others, but for the most part, you're just getting headshots, which can be tedious, but overall, it's not that bad. Today, we're going to be going over a complete guide for this camo that includes like the order to do the guns in, what maps you should be focusing on, game modes, and all that type of stuff. So if you go on to enjoy today's video, consider dropping a like on the video, and of course subscribe to the channel for more videos. And without further ado, man, we're just gonna hop right into this thing. All right, so first things first, to unlock all your gold challenges, it's going to be just headshots. Pretty much for every single weapon in the game, it's going to be headshots. There's a few outliers like the knife and the launchers where it's just kills. You just need to get 50 kills each with each launcher, 100 kills each with each knife, and then everything else that actually shoots bullets, it's just going to be 100 headshots to start off your military camos all the way up until you unlock the red tiger camo. Once you get all your headshots from your weapons, it's going to be on each gun. Special challenges that you're going to have to do to be able to unlock the gold challenge. Some guns that might be kills shortly after sprinting, or hip fire kills, point blanks, long shots, all that type of stuff, similar to what we've had in past titles. Of course, for my headshots, I pretty much did them all in hardcore. Hardcore is going to be your pretty much best friend as this grind continues and you start the grind all the way up until you get all your headshots done. Just easier to hit one bullet on the head rather than tracking the omni movement, since that's new in this game and a ton of people are using it in those really high bracket skill-based matchmaking lobbies. So hitting one bullet is obviously going to be easier than hitting 3 or 4, which is why I kind of went with hardcore for the headshot challenges. My favorite thing to play for headshots was definitely the hardcore face-off mosh pit, especially the map Stakeout. Although the games go very quick, it's definitely easier to get headshots on a smaller condensed map than to just play normal hardcore domination or even the core face-off mosh pit at that point. Once you're done with all your headshots and your special challenges, you're going to unlock the gold challenge for each weapon, which pretty much for all the guns in the game is going to be double kills. You're going to have to do that X amount of times. I think it's 10 times. For each gun you got to get double kills with, which again, playing the hardcore or even just the normal core face-off mosh pit, I found that to be the best. The classic prestige has returned to Call of Duty, and I know there's been a lot of people that prestige and then they can't use guns that they're kind of working on until they actually re-unlock it. So we're going to be covering the permanent unlock tokens, whether you should prestige or not, and kind of the best way to do it if you are prestiging. So the prestige is totally optional. You don't have to do it. If you guys want to, go right ahead. Prestige. Permanent unlock tokens. I think I permanently unlocked the AS Val. A lot of other people are probably doing that, and I honestly wouldn't really recommend doing that. Obviously, if you're going to go to like max prestige, go right ahead and unlock it because you're going to get more tokens. But maybe you prestige the one time and you're like, this isn't for me, I'm just going to stay at prestige 1. Maybe go with like a perk greed or like a gunfighter wild card to unlock those earlier on and have them permanently unlocked, because realistically, once you unlock certain weapons that are like later on in the game, like 40 plus specifically, you're going to want to scrap whatever camo you're going for on, like, say you're doing the C9, you unlock that thing right away, and I think you unlock the AS Val at 55. Those higher level unlocks, as soon as you unlock them, scrap the other gun you're using and then start doing the camos on that higher unlocked gun. That way, if you are going through the prestiges like 2 to 10, you can maximize your XP, allowing you to level up, getting those other camos on those lower unlocked weapons, helping you progress through the ranks. That way you also don't have to burn a permanent unlock token on the... All right, I covered this in past videos over the years. I've talked about the order to do your specific weapons in. There's a little bit of method behind the madness there and why I'm going to cover this very briefly. To sum it all up, nice and short and sweet, you pretty much want to start the launchers immediately as soon as you can. Start off with the Sigma. You just need to get 50 kills or destroys. Kills pretty much being the easiest one to do, and then as soon as you unlock the HU1, and I mean as soon as you unlock that thing, start getting the kills on that weapon so you can unlock the gold challenge as fast as possible. The gold challenge for the rocket launchers is going to be getting 3 destroys in a single game, and right now this camo challenge is bugged actually in your favor. Shooting down aerial kill streaks like the counter UAV and the attack helo is what I found to be the easiest, although you can do UAVs. Those sometimes count as like multiple progressions. So sometimes you'll shoot down maybe 4 streaks in a game. If they're all counter UAVs, you might end up coming out with 4 progression towards that single camo challenge. And you're going to have to do this quite a bit, especially with the HE1, which is why I said to get the gold challenge on it pretty much right away, is because while you're doing other guns, you're going to be able to kind of passively unlock this camo challenge without focusing on it too hard. Although if you're only on this challenge, say this is your last gun or whatever the case may be, I'm going to have some tips later on in the video to kind of focus those destroys, unlock this challenge. If you guys don't want to play the hardcore face-off mosh pit or your headshots and stuff like that for the launchers, you won't be able to because there's no streaks in it. Maps to focus on for me, what I really found good destruction like luck on was Skyline, Babylon, Derelict, Subsonic, Payback, Vault, pretty much the smaller maps in the game. Like I said, there's a little bit of method behind the madness. On the smaller maps, the score streaks are going to fly lower to the map, so it'll be easier to shoot down stuff out of the sky, especially with the non-lock-on rocket launcher. As far as stuff goes with the HE1 specifically, you're going to want to have the reticle of the actual gun parallel to the streak. Once you do that, find the flight path where the streak is flying, lead your shot, and then just fire away and pretty much pray to God that it hits. Seeing how most of these camo challenges are pretty much just headshots, you're pretty much going to want to stick to these same small maps like I've already mentioned. For whatever reason, if you're not a fan of the face-off mosh pit, you don't want to do your headshots in that, stick to the smaller maps and kind of just lobby surf until you find which one that you want to play. Basically, to get these streak destroys for the launcher, you want to find a guy in your games that's calling in score streaks, whether that be the counter, attack helicopter, maybe an RC car, or whatever the case may be. Once you find that guy that is calling in all the streaks, you're pretty much going to want to feed him kills as much as you can. I can't emphasize this enough. You pretty much want to tank your stats as much as you can. I know it's kind of lackluster. You don't want to do that normally, but with the way that the skill-based matchmaking is in this game, we're going to try to abuse it just a little bit by doing this. It's almost like you're reverse boosting, but like it's not technically reverse boosting since you're trying to just do a single challenge for the rocket launchers. But like I said, you're going to want to feed the guy that's calling in the streaks in the game as much as possible. This in turn is going to help you get your camo done quicker. It's going to lower your stats, and it's going to trick the game later on to kind of put you in lower bracket skill-based matchmaking lobbies. And I have a major tip that I don't see anybody really covering in their guides or even like watching streams and stuff. I have a major tip for you guys to help get these launcher destroys even quicker. So the theory is the more that you've kind of been doing bad in the games doing these launchers, whether it be taking 0-40, 0-50, whatever it is, it's going to lower your stats to put you in a lower skill-based matchmaking bracket. Once you realize the guys that you're going up against maybe aren't the best, like you've lowered your skill bracket pretty much as low as it can go, you're going to want to use the care package score streak. At this point, you're going to want to start doing your other camo challenges. If you want to do your headshots, go for that. Maybe you have some special challenges on other weapons. You pretty much just want to get the care package as quick and as frequent as possible. As soon as you do that, throw it into the enemy spawn and then just die right away after. Don't go for any higher kill streaks. Just get the care package and then start over. And you're pretty much going to want to rinse and repeat that in these lower skill bracket lobbies because you'll be able to get a lot of care packages in a single game. In turn, you're going to want to hope that the enemy team and not your teammates pick up the care package, allowing you to get the streaks. They'll call them in. It's easy destroys, whether it be sentry guns, RC cars, counter UAVs, attack helos. This is what I did, and it helped out a bunch. Like I said, the camo challenges for gold, diamond, and dark spine, you're going to all have to get destroys with the launchers, HE1 being the most difficult. And since you're kind of manipulating the skill-based matchmaking, having lots of streaks called in via care packages is definitely going to help. And you can even get this thing done as quick as maybe just a few games. We're just going to be talking briefly about kind of the bug challenges in this game. All weapons, you're going to have to get 3 kills without dying 10 times for the diamond. 3 triple kills are better with the specific weapon that you're using for dark spine. And then the dark matter weapon challenge is just getting 5 kills without dying 3 times. Like I said, these camo challenges are bugged, so they're going to be bugged in your favor though. It's not like past years where you just can't unlock them. Basically right now, before they patch this, It's just getting the amount of kills you actually need for those kind of challenges. So 3 kills without dying 10 times, 30 kills will unlock you the diamond camo for the weapon that you're doing. Same with the dark matter challenge. You need to do 5 kills without dying 3 times. So that's 15 kills per weapon that you're actually doing. Will just get you the camo challenge. This is definitely going to be very helpful when you're doing the launchers for dark matter. You're pretty much going to have to get the desired amount of kills, whether that being 30 or 15 for the diamond and dark matter challenges respectively. You don't have to do it in the same life as of right now. Of course, if you're watching this down the road, it might be patched and it might be changed by then. Currently, as I'm making this video, you just got to get the amount of kills needed for the weapons, and that definitely helps out tremendously going for these camos. Now, I've done this in the past. I've ranked the kind of camo challenge difficulty for basically the skill bracket that people kind of fall into. I'm going to go with your lower kind of skilled players, your average players, and then your high skilled players. For your lower bracket kind of skilled players, this camo challenge is going to be pretty difficult. I know it's very simple. You just got to get headshots, point and shoot for the head in hardcore. But those lower skill bracket people are going to find this thing extremely difficult and might not even get the camo challenge done. For your average player, you're probably going to get this camo challenge done. It's not, like I said, not too like in depth. Not very difficult. It's just headshots plus the special camos and all that stuff. So the average player pretty much will be able to get this thing done. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And then your higher bracket, your high skilled players, the ones that are able to streak up consistently no matter what, you're going to find this camo challenge relatively easy. You're going to get more annoyed with how much headshots you've actually got to get. But once you're able to lock in and kind of find a rhythm, you're going to be able to complete this thing pretty easily. And like I said, make sure you're really using the tips that I've made in this video, specifically the one where you're kind of abusing the skill-based matchmaking with the launchers. You're going to want to use that once you're in those lower bracket lobbies, man. Get the launchers done as soon as you can, and then pretty much switch to the melees, the knife, the bat being the harder one out of the two. Get those done, and then after that, you're pretty much smooth sailing. And like I said, we're going to revisit the order. It doesn't really matter what order you do it in, especially if you do your launchers and your melees kind of before other weapon categories. You're pretty much going to find this thing pretty easy after the fact. For me, I did my snipers as early as possible because they are honestly not very good in this game, especially going for headshots. So overall, the order doesn't really matter. It's kind of personal preference. Like I said, I went launchers, melees, snipers, and then I kind of like to save like the easier kind of guns to use for last. That way, you're not stuck on a rocket launcher pulling your hair out. Like when you're like 1 or 2 guns away from getting the camo. But like I said, there's just a little bit of method behind the madness. Just what I like to do. Maybe you guys are different. It's not like a mandatory thing. You got to focus and do this and do that in a specific order for you guys to really succeed at this. And that's pretty much it, man. The dark matter camo challenge this year, the camo looks absolutely beautiful. It's not super difficult or even different from past years. Few kind of like little intricate like differences with the way that they've done it this year, especially with like the classic prestige system. Whether you guys are prestiging, that's totally up to you guys. You guys don't have to do that. If you are, you're going to want to have to maybe kind of plan a little bit which guns you want to do, because they will be locked after you prestige. But yeah, man, overall, this thing is beautiful. I highly recommend going for this camo if you guys are really kind of fans of camo grinding in the game in general. Without further ado, man, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's been excellent. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.